Emma Seligman's absurdly hilarious 2023 high school comedy, Bottoms, follows teen lesbians Josie and PJ as they set out to lose their virginity before graduating high school.
Do you want to be the only girl virgin at Sarah Lawrence?
Yeah. The film uses classic tropes of other satirical high school comedies to set the stage for this transgressive and refreshing story of queer and female empowerment.
Especially the hot ones.
Bottoms and Heathers use religious imagery to turn characters into their school's saviors. One of the most blatant religious symbols is this one here, with the creation of Adam-adjacent painting in the background. Football Adam doesn't look like the original Adam, though. He holds tightly to his football, which God appears to be trying to take from him, leading to emotional distress, unlike the longing original Adam appears to feel for his creator. This idolizes football and puts it on a pedestal. It's not a game, it's a god. In the same way, Jeff's idolization in the school can be seen by his placement in the Last Supper. He even has a disciple in Tim, who does everything in his power to protect Jeff, including a background check on the girls. Jeff is seen as the school's football savior, and anything that stands in the way must be stopped at all costs. Just like Jeff in Bottoms, Veronica in Heathers follows a savior story. Veronica fakes her own death and descends into the boiler room of the school before saving them. When Veronica resurrects and returns from the boiler room, she refers to it as a form of hell.
Veronica, you look like hell.
Yeah, I just got back.
Even the way she staged her suicide adds to the imagery of Veronica as a savior. She was suspended in the air, and the way she hung herself up has a line across her chest to keep from actually strangling herself. This makes the whole sheet into a cross shape. She fakes her death in an attempt to save the school from evil.
Much like with religious imagery and illusions, both films also satirize characters through class and rank, specifically when characterizing the more popular students as upper class. For instance, in Heathers, we are immediately introduced to our popular girls of the film playing croquet, a stereotypically upper-class pastime. Similar signals of upper-class wealth, like Veronica's home decor and her mother's performative hospitality with the Heathers, signifies these characters' wealth, and their place at the top of the hierarchy is then emphasized by their popularity in the school. Similarly, in Bottoms,
Jeff, our quarterback and the most good-looking all-American red-blooded muscular man this town has ever seen.
Jeff is also overtly upper class, which we see when the club vandalizes his enormous home and blows up his convertible. Although the films share many methods of characterization with their imagery, they also utilize dialogue to emphasize their high school context, both to a different effect.
Heathers and Bottoms both use satirical humor in a dark and oftentimes vulgar fashion to poke fun at real-life situations.
Fuck me gently with a chainsaw. Do I look like Mother Teresa?
Body imagery is one of the topics that both films use offhandedly. It is applicable to the real world and is especially prevalent for teenagers. There is a connection to being considered hot and popular and also thin. We're introduced to characters at the beginning of both films who fit this box.
Heather Duke in Heathers
and Brittany in Bottoms. These characters are having casual conversations involving forcing themselves to throw up, which is alluding to eating disorders.
I need a pull trick.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
I'm gonna say something crazy. I think you can eat food, digest it, let it marinate, poop it out.
Gross.
While both films are heavily dramatized in other aspects, there is something to be said about their aspects of realism and real-world problems and how they are amplified for the film environment. There are often stereotypes or situations that are even portrayed in a way that films do not normally capture. For example, the concept of locker room talk and its place in Bottoms. Locker room talk is defined as casual, often vulgar or sexist conversations that occur in a male-dominant environment, especially among athletes or other groups of men, often characterized by boastful or chauvinistic language.
Man, it would be so righteous to be in a Veronica Sawyer Heather Chandler sandwich. Oh, hell yeah.
I find this particularly interesting when you take a deeper look at Bottoms and the dialogue between PJ and Josie. PJ is usually vulgar and insulting to many characters. She is sarcastic and she is brutally honest, and this makes her character come off as rude at times and even unlikable. Josie is more timid and anxious, usually stumbling over her words and rambling awkwardly. While these traits remain true throughout the entirety of the film, there is something to be said about how Josie and PJ speak about their sex lives and their love interests, which are Isabel and Brittany, when they are talking to each other. Amongst themselves, they speak about sex and losing their virginity, crafting really elaborate plans and ways to get with the girls. In fact, the Fight Club itself was made to fulfill PJ and Josie's fantasies and get to sleep with cheerleaders.
We bond, we share, we connect. We're punching each other. Adrenaline is flowing. Next thing you know, Isabel and Brittany are kissing us on the mouth.
This is a critique of Bottoms that certain critics had when I was doing research, because it uses this idea of a predatory lesbian, someone who abuses friendship and the aspects of trust that go hand in hand with female friendships to fulfill their own desires in a deceptive and manipulative way. Even though this is a valid concern, I found that Bottoms redeemed itself when you take a look at the specific dialogue, characters, and situations outside of these broader themes and stereotypes.
Bottoms offers its audience a 21st century view of queerness, dismissal of gay people not simply for being gay, but for failing to conform to the patriarchy. PJ and Josie are consistently referred to as ugly, untalented gays.
Excuse me. Could the ugly, untalented gays please report to the principal's office?
Guess that's you guys.
They have nothing to offer their peers whose lives revolve around Jeff and the rest of the football team. As Caitlin Lake writes in her review, quote, "These are unesthetized lesbians, denying any potential for either a phallocentric eroticization or a heteronormative sanitization. They are ugly insofar as ugliness is a metric of divergence from the patriarchy." End quote. PJ and Josie are ostracized for being gay and having no traits that fit within the social hierarchy of the school. Some umbrage is taken with them being gay, but PJ and Josie would not be insulted for this if they had a redeeming trait.
And back then it was worse because they hated you just for being gay, not for being gay and untalented.
Isabel's character is the perfect example of what it would look like for a queer person to fly under the radar without insult. She is clearly portrayed as queer, but she is also conventionally attractive, and she spends her free time supporting the football team as a cheerleader. No one faults her for her queerness because her looks and talents redeem her. Queer representation in Bottoms is notably different from that in Heathers. There are no canonically gay characters, but the label is levied as an insult. As JD is introduced to the plot, Kurt and Ram attempt to put him down by calling him the F-slur. JD stages their murder, making it look like a double suicide between two closeted lovers. Being portrayed as gay, then, is the ultimate revenge and a singular insult. There is no redemption for being gay. It's a societal death sentence. This is established by the quote from Ram's dad at the boy's funeral when he says,
I love my dead gay son.
The only way that a gay person would be loved in Heathers would be in death. The thing that redeems PJ and Josie in their patriarchal system is their act of violence. Even though they are ugly, untalented gays who have nothing to offer the football team sexually, emotionally, or physically, the act of violence done to save Jeff redeems them from their queerness because they are protecting the patriarch.
I only do this party for you. Only do this party for you, for you, for you. I was hoping you would come through. I was hoping you would come through. It's true, it's true. Only do this party for you. I only do this party for you, for you, for you. I'm about to party on you. Watch me party on you, yeah.